Hey, so I am bench pressing. I just want to describe a few things on what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So today I actually put a folded up yoga mat on top of the bench. The reason for that is because the bench that I like to bench press with is a little more narrow than what they provide at powerlifting competitions. So I figure if I put a mat on here, it's gonna give it a little bit more width, which obviously feels better on my shoulders. I can have more contact with the bench, which is giving me more security and more press. I don't know, muscle brain right now. I keep my wrist straps on. When I use my wrist straps, I make sure that I wrap over my wrist. When I just wrap it at my wrist, this happens. We don't want this to happen. We want more security. So a few weeks ago, I actually posted a video of me doing my wrist wraps. We want this to happen. So there's no bending happening. Make sure nothing's wrapped actually around your thumb. That's not allowed in competition. I keep my powerlifting shoes on, my squat shoes, just because it's what I'm supposed to do, part of competition rules. And why do I arch? That is a powerlifting technique. I have numerous posts talking about why I do the arch, how it's safe. It does not cause any back injuries. If you tell me that it's wrong, you're wrong. There are many other articles that you can look up saying why people do powerlifting arch. It allows for more drive. It decreases the range of motion, which is what you want in powerlifting. You want to be stronger. So the way that you are stronger is to move more weight in less distance. So if you can shorten your distance between your top lockout and your chest, where the bar has to go down, if you can decrease that range of motion, you're going to save a lot of energy, you're going to have a lot more power, and you're going to be able to be stronger and probably beat out competition. So that's why I do it. I don't always do it. When I do warm-up sets, my back stays flat. I do floor presses where my back stays flat. I do dumbbell presses, my back stays flat. It's just a technique that I do, and it's safe, and I've practiced it numerous times, and there's no problem with it. I set my toes or my feet first, just so that I know that they're even. Some people, when they set up their back first, their feet stay on the bench and then they drop their feet side to side. It doesn't always happen, it's personal preference, but sometimes your feet will be crooked. In the grand scheme of things, that could be a huge determining factor on how much stability and support that you have. So I like to plant my feet first, kind of wiggle them back as far as I can. That allows me to arch a little bit further. I use my hands to grab the bar, and then I kind of tuck under. Get set up, wide grip, shoulders down and back, feet pressed into the ground. Right now I'm doing 80% for 4 reps, which is 102.5 pounds. I keep my toes on the floor, my heels are up. The reason for that is in the federation that I am in, the CPF, Canadian Powerlifting Federation, that's allowed. Some other federations, like ones that are associated with the IPF, the International Powerlifting Federation, your feet have to be planted. For me, I used to I noticed my bum was always coming up. So if I can bring my feet back further, which kind of means that my heels can't go down just because my legs don't stretch that way, or my Achilles don't stretch that much, then I'm able to create a bigger arch. And when my feet aren't planted, I'm not letting myself, or I'm not giving myself the ability to lift my bum up. My legs are back so far that, I don't know, I can't lift my bum up. So far, me keeping my heels up and my toes down, that helps, and that's what works for me, so I do that. I usually rest about 2.5 minutes between my bench press. I feel like I fatigue quickly if I give myself less rest. I am working at heavier percentages lately. All my programming right now is at 80%. That goes for squats and deadlifts as well. So giving myself anywhere from 2 to 3, maybe even 4 minutes, depending on how I feel that day, depending on what the percentages are and how many reps I'm doing. It's gonna vary per person, but that's what works for me. One last thing I wanted to touch on is leg drive. So you should be able to see when I have the bar on my chest and I go to press up, not that I bounce, but I use a little leg drive to push it up. Powerlifting bench press is a full body exercise. It's not like when you're a bodybuilder, and I'm not bashing bodybuilding at all. When you do like bodybuilding style splits or that kind of training, bench press is like pure chest tricep exercise. Powerlifting bench press is not. It is a full body exercise. You actually use your entire body. You're using your back as a structure and as a core stability base. You're using your legs to drive to push up, because, not that I am, but when you're pushing like 200, 300, 400 pounds, for you to do that just with your chest, it's very challenging, especially for women. So you'll probably notice in this last set that I'm doing, this is my top set of 4 reps, 80%, you'll probably see my feet bouncing, kind of driving a little bit. Here we go. I won't lie, I wanted to do like 2 more just to do it, but I have some upper body accessory work right after this, so I don't want to overdo it. Got to be smart in my training program. Remember, always follow your training program. Listen to your coach. Let's go. So I hope this information is a little beneficial to you, and thanks for watching.